Yo, what's up guys? Alex here, and what we're going to talk about in this video is making a profitable bet for Monday Night Football. So we're currently on the OddsJam arbitrage page. It's Sunday evening. We have Monday Night Football tomorrow. What's better than getting a profitable bet placed for tomorrow? So you can see on the arbitrage page, we have first quarter money line. The Eagles are plus 145 odds on DraftKings, and the Cowboys are minus 140 odds on Caesars. So if we had both sportsbooks, I'm currently in Virginia, I have both sportsbooks available to me, I could use an arbitrage calculator, an arbing calculator, to place a bet on both sides in order to lock in a risk-free profit. That's arbitrage. But what's more interesting is if we click on this specific game, we know that one of these sportsbooks has to be wrong, right? If the game is tied after the first quarter, on both sportsbooks, you would get your money back. Whether you bet on the Cowboys, whether you bet on the Eagles, this would be a push. However, what we can see is, Eagles plus 145 looks pretty great. Every other sportsbook, Win Creek is only giving you plus 115, and this plus 145 is an arb to Win Creek. Twin Spires is only giving you plus 116. So Twin Spires' market is plus 116 minus 155. So the fair odds, if you remove the juice from Twin Spires, you get a fair price of plus 131.29. And we'll go back to the game. So we can go back to the game and we can go to first quarter money line. And again, we know there has to be a profitable bet. Okay, first quarter money line. Great, so here we are. We know there has to be a profitable bet. Arbitrage exists. Either the Eagles are going to win the first quarter, the Cowboys are going to win the first quarter, or it's going to be a tie and you're going to get your money back on both platforms, right? Plus 145, minus 140. We could stake on the Eagles on DraftKings and the Cowboys on Caesars, and we would make a risk-free return on our capital. So you can see this plus 145, it looks pretty good, right? It beats the zero vig line on Twin Spires. It's an arb to Win Creek. It's an arb to Betfred. It looks good to Barstool's market, which is only giving you plus 116, and it looks good to FanDuel's market. So if we pull up Pinnacle as well, what we can do, again, Pinnacle's the sharpest bookmaker in the world. So if we go to the Eagles game, we can go to first quarter, is we can see that Pinnacle, sharpest sportsbook in the world, is giving you plus 122 on the Eagles, and we're getting plus 145. So this is the plus 145 Eagles on DraftKings is also a direct arbitrage betting opportunity to Pinnacle. So if we go to calculators, if we go to arbitrage calculator, we see that plus 145 Eagles on DraftKings, minus 138 Cowboys on Pinnacle, the sharpest bookmaker in the world. So we could lock in a risk-free profit. Whenever arbitrage exists in sports betting, we've said this before, we'll say it again, you know that there has to be a profitable betting opportunity. Arbitrage is a financial market inefficiency in sports betting because all these sports books have different odds and they set their own odds. So essentially, we see that Pinnacle's market plus 122 minus 138. So what we can do is what we've done in other videos. We can go to a no vig fair odds calculator and we want to remove the juice from Pinnacle, the sharpest bookmaker in the world. And we see that according to Pinnacle, the Eagles first quarter money line is fair odds. Once you remove the juice, Pinnacle makes money by charging the juice. When you remove the juice, you get a fair price. The point of indifference for Pinnacle, which would be plus 128.72. Eagles first quarter money line and minus 128.72 for Cowboys first quarter money line. So we see the Eagles are 43.72% to win the first quarter for this bet to hit according to Pinnacle. So what we can do is we can go here and we can put in Eagles first quarter money line plus 145. We see the zero vig line to Pinnacle is plus 128.72. So this is what's called a positive expected value bet, right? We are getting better odds. We're getting plus 145. The zero vig line to Pinnacle is plus 128.72. So, nope, wrong book. So this plus 145, again, just looking at it, it seems like plus 145 is the good bet, right? It is an ARB to Caesars, it's an ARB to Betfred, it's an ARB to Wind Creek, and it's an ARB to Pinnacle. Whenever arbitrage exists, you know there has to be a profitable bet, and we can look at other sports betting markets to get an indication of what is the side with value. And here we see it's Eagles plus 145, right? So what we'll do is we'll get our no vig win percentage. So the no vig win percentage is 0.4372. According to Pinnacle, sharpest bookmaker, we should be winning this bet 0.4372% of the time, and we should be losing this bet 1 minus our win percentage, so 56.28% of the time, which we see here, right? So you remove the juice from Pinnacle to get the fair price from Pinnacle in the fair win percentage and loss percentage from Pinnacle Sportsbook. So, okay, how much should we bet on this? As we've said in other videos, you want to move quickly to get in on the best betting opportunities. Wow. Okay, you can see the Broncos are winning. A lot of interesting, the Seahawks are winning. So we currently got football going on, so I was just taking a look at that. So we'll go to quarters, and then we want to go to first quarter, Eagles plus 145. So you can use the Kelly criterion. You can use any of the current tools you have to manage your bankroll. So if you want to use a Kelly criterion, what we can do is go to a Kelly calculator. We can put in a multiplier of 1. We're getting plus 145 odds, and our win percentage is 43.72. So 43.72. According to Kelly, we should be putting 3.22% of our bankroll on this. So if my bankroll is $10,000, we should be betting $322 on this, according to the Kelly calculator, which minimizes your risk while still maximizing your profitability, right? The goal of the Kelly calculator is you should not go broke as a sports bettor, right? You need to be betting enough money on profitable bets to make money. But at the same time, you don't want to bet, 50% of your bankroll on this bet because it's not that good. It's profitable. It's a plus EV bet. It's a mathematically profitable bet. It's an ARB to Pinnacle, sharpest bookmaker. It's a bet we definitely want action on, but you don't want to lay half your bankroll on it. So you can see, according to Kelly, I should be putting 3.22% of my bankroll on it. Say my bankroll is, $15,000, whatever, bet roughly $500. So you can kind of pick your own number. What you want to bet on it. So we'll place 500. We'll see if they take it or not. And we can go to the bets and we can take a look. We can see if they take it or not. We can see I already bet a little of it before too. So I don't want to double down too much, but it got better. So I'm happy to take a bit more action. We can see I get another 500, right? So we can calculate our expected value. So we're staking $500. Our profit, if we win, we're betting $500 at plus 145 odds. So our profit if we win is simply 500 times 1.45. Our profit if we win this bet is $725, which you see from DraftKings. We're betting 500 to pay $1,225. Out of that $1,225, $500 is our stake. The other $725 is our profit. So let's go back here. So the EV of this bet is, again, we should be winning, according to Pinnacle, sharpest bookmaker in the world, we should be winning $725 in profit, right? We should be winning that 43.72% of the time. The rest of the time, we should be losing our stake, $500, okay? So we should be losing $500 56.28% of the time, according to the zero vig line from Pinnacle, the sharpest bookmaker in the world. The rest of the time, we should be winning 43.72%, $725. So what is the profit of this bet? Well, 43.72% of the time, we're winning $725. The other $500, or the other 56.28% of the time, we are losing $500. So the EV of this bet is 35.57. So the EV of this bet is 7.1%, right? This bet has an expected profit. It is a positive expected value bet. We are getting better odds. We're getting plus 145. The zero vig line to Pinnacle is plus 128.72. This is a profitable bet. This is profitable by 7%. Essentially just earned the return of the stock market in a day. So that's a pretty great bet. I'm pretty happy about it. So we can see, I already bet a little of this, but Yankees minus 1.5, plus 155. Pinnacle's only giving you plus 132, right? We bet a little of that, so that's why that was bet. And we can scroll through, see if there's any other interesting betting opportunities. This I'm going to skip. First 3 innings, money line, skip. So, okay, here's a UFC one. Mateus Nicolau. We can go to Pinnacle. This guy's minus 146 on FanDuel, plus 150 on DraftKings. Arbitrage, we know there has to be a profitable betting opportunity. So we can go to Nicolau, and we can find this guy, and we can see that Pinnacle has Mateus Nicolau minus 171, right? Minus 146 is an arb to Pinnacle. So this minus 146 is a great bet. Use bonus fund, sure. How much are you going to give me? I'm limited on FanDuel. They're not going to give me the full amount, but they're giving me $364.95 at minus 146 odds. Again, that's an arb to DraftKings, which was giving you plus 150 on Tim Elliott. It's also an arb to Pinnacle, sharpest bookmaker in the world. We're thrilled with this bet. We're going to place that bet. Boom. Right? And the fair odds, minus 171, plus 147. So if we go here, no vig, minus 171, plus 147. The fair odds are minus 155.86, right? So if you wanted to do out the math again, we got Nicolau minus 146 money line. The fair odds are minus 155.78 or 0.86. So our win percentage is 60.92%, 60.92, so 0.6092. And our loss percentage is 1 minus our win percentage. FanDuel let us bet 364.95. So we got to bet 364.95. And our profit, if we win, we're betting at minus 146 odds, is 364 times 100 over 146. Right? That's betting at minus odds. Your profit is your stake times 100 over 146 because we bet him minus 146 money line. So what's the EV of this bet? 60.92% of the time, we're winning $249.96. The rest of the time, we are losing, right? $364.95. So this bet has an EV of $10. So these two positive expected value bets we placed, they're uncorrelated bets. They're both profitable. We're happy with them both. And that's why looking in this bet has an expected value or an expected profit margin. Your mathematical edge as a bettor is 2.64%. So we'll go back to arbitrage. We'll see if there's anything interesting last minute. We already placed this bet, right? So we already bet. You can see, look at this. Pretty neat is DraftKings just took down the odds on the Eagles to plus 140. Money line first half, right? Now it's back up to plus 130. We just bet it plus 145. So we can see they took it down a bit. So we just got better odds and DraftKings started to take it down. That always makes you feel good after you place a bet and the sportsbook takes the odds down because you realize that you got a pretty good betting opportunity. So you can see there's some, player props we could bet, but this plus 220 on Buffalo, arb to Pinnacle, arb to DraftKings, that's something I'd bet if I were logged into MGM right now. So you can kind of look through. Again, markets are dynamic. They're always changing. Arbitrage is financial market inefficiency, where you can place bets on both sportsbooks to lock in a risk-free return. You can kind of look through, look for good betting opportunities. Plus 300 Troy, arb to Caesars, arb to Pinnacle, 18.63% EV, right? Pinnacle, plus 221, minus 283. You can get plus 300 on BetMGM. That feels pretty incredible. So you can kind of go through, look for some good betting opportunities. Again, we've said it, markets are always changing. They're very dynamic. And I hope you found this video helpful. So